And that's why we always say to you, this is the democracy we fought for. A competitive democracy. A democracy where men and women of this country can have an opportunity to freely coexist, irrespective of their separate ideology. And I would think that is flourishing under His Excellency Ambassador George Manneh Weah. On this note, the youth met, and we want to communicate to our young people that we are party of rules and order. We are party with democratic precept. We have called on you young people to be informed that the National Executive Committee of the Coalition of Democratic Change, held by Mobake Molu, our illustrious chairperson, will officially be speaking right after that position. So I want to say to you, we are respectful of democracy. But what prompted the National Executive Committee of the Youth League to have an executive committee meeting was to see the wave of things that seems to threaten the peace and democracy of our country. I want to say to you officially, make no mistake that because we bear certain title or we occupy certain space in government and you think that position has taken away from us our true identity. We want to officially announce to the world and the international community that what we fought for, we will not sit here as spectators and watch it come on an attack. But those friends who believe that nothing good can ever happen on our watch, we want to say moving forward, when there is any call demonstration, as lawmakers can lead, we want to say in my official capacity, whether you call me mayor or you call me youth chairperson, we want to assure the public and international community we will be protectors of our democracy. We will be on the scene also. We will lead such forces also.
Your protection for our country.
Never again, and let me say this in a lot of words, never again such mistaken incident will occur. And you think that we will sit and somebody in utopia believing that because the love of this country, and you think that you have monopoly in distributing fears and panic in the people. No, that is not possible unless we are not in this corridor. We have not been moved. I want to say thank you for the privilege given to me by the National Youth League for asking me to communicate this view. So two decisions. The first decision, to let the world know that whatsoever decision will be announced, and because that is the official body that got the responsibility to preside over electoral matters in our country. After their communication, the party will state its official decision and an official position. What we say to you, young people, we want for you to be kind, and we want for you to remain party disciplined. We want for you to not jump into any other actions that is not in conformity with our party doctrine and philosophy. So we say to you, remain kind, remain respectful of the rule of law until we wait for the official decision of the National Election Commission of our country. And we want to assure the public and our international friends, 12 years we were in this country in a capacity of opposition. What we did was to protect. Make no mistake, we had the capacity to rob up the peace of this country. To the extent that our people were killed, to the extent we were shot at plane, point bullet, to the extent that we went to prison here. We did not at no point in time chose our ambition over the state and the peace of this country. What we did, we sacrificed our ambition for the peace of this country. And the person who did that was the president, the current president, Ambassador John Manawia. He never one day led any demonstration in his capacity as a political leader. I want to say to you, young people, partisans across the land, remain kind. They are trying to provoke you. What we will not accept anymore is to think that how can you have elections? People jump into the street and begin to threaten our democracy, and you think we will go and we will sit as spectators? No. If no one will do that, the Youth League under our watch will protect the democracy of this country. I want to say to you, the reason we call so that you cannot be surprised. And don't think because I serve as a mayor, we will be on the front burner. We will lead our people like we led them before. We will be there. Any day that will be announced here by anyone, we want to say to you, similar day will be announced by us. And whatsoever you are, we will also be there and we'll meet in flesh and blood. So as Liberians, and to see exactly whether you got the capacity to threaten our peace. Thank you very much.
They do nothing for our country, so let them go back to them. I say no to Mr. Joe. Let Joe go back, man. Let Joe go back in the bush that they play he belong because he do nothing here a woman early. They do nothing for our country. So let them go back to the place. They will not get one vote here. We tire today, we tire tomorrow.
I'm Jackson William. You see, my brother, this is a little business that I made to support my 5 children. During the year 2005, Madam Seri told us that there was going to be free primary education, especially free primary education. And she told us there will be a lot of job facility and company than ever before. And she said also there was going to be a stop to corruption, and corruption was going to be her worst enemy. And I think she set precedent on Judy Bryant. But after Judy Bryant died and all the rest of her ministers were just transferred to another ministry for corruption, I see the election to be very critical. And one thing I should tell the Liberian people is to get the Unity Party out of Liberia completely, because they are people like the demonic forces that is hanging over Liberia, trying to suck our blood and destroy our children and great-grandchildren future. They are. I'm talking to say that I'm very vexed because you talk about the man they call Joseph Boaga in today's way. I'm against it totally. I'm against the entire Unity Party. Let government.
So meaning you are saying no to Joe, right?
No to Joseph Boaga. No to the Unity Party. Let it go our way. Let it leave us. Let us live our peaceful life. Let our children go to school happily, and let Papa come home with black plastic bag filled with rice, pepper, chicken soup, and let the children be happy.
My name is Loretta. We have one fan this government. The Joe man is talking about as a land Joe ruled this government for the 2 years. For the 2 years, not small years. And then there is nothing that you can show. I can show you like brand people. So for that reason, we are not satisfied with Joe. We want him no more again. He said when I offered Joe said he comes to work there. I'm not satisfied because he is corrupted. The whole government is corrupted. For one fact. Right now, our children, you see, younger than me, I say you go here, I say you go. When my child is listening, but when you go to the school house, you say you won't go see your child to school, my dear. The money that they will force it. The money why you can up to 14 years later. So again, the market will make it so you pay our children's school fee. Again, manage it, my dear. So for everything we tire.
Just a bit for me, I'm not satisfied because You know, for the government have been ruling up to this time, or 2 days the last time. But we have been disappointed by the government. And me especially, more especially having to do with our leader, which is the president. Yeah, and the government has the most educated government, but now the even government has the most corrupt government. So what? If good, then what bad? So that's my problem, really. She says you have no control over prices for what as a leader. They won't have control over prices. So for me, right now, I'll all the finish, but I don't think I can vote to that barrier because it's the same government. When you get in power, it will be the same government because she will control him. Yeah. So for me, I'm not ready. But even see Joe Burger leading us as president.
We suffer too much. You are very hard. We used to buy a couple of for $20, but now you go anywhere, you go a couple of at $35, $40. We have bigger at $2,000. We used to buy a couple of $75 in a bush, but now we're buying it $200 now. Poor bear, now $450. Kiapra, Nana Aqua, there's a $350 or $375. We suffer too much. I mean, I feel like for me. Because school, when I go to school, you just say a child. The money and the call, they used to say government school. But now when you go register a children government school, you will pay money 5,000 or 3,000. Yeah. So our children are suffering. We don't have correct, even hospital. Even your child say when you went to the hospital, they'll just say pay money before you hold your child in the hospital. They don't want help. Poor people around, they don't want to help the poor people. Blind people pass them and they don't want to help them. We're suffering in this country too much. I let the government try to do something. The government promised that when she wins, she's going to help the Latvian people. She's going to build schools, she's going to build hospital. Even the mansion, she said that the appointed mansion, she's going to pay all to this time. Nothing good, not here. So we're suffering in this country. We need peace now. They say no war, but the one that we're feeding now is more than war. So we're tired now. We're tired.
Well, we are staying in Lofa County, like I told you this morning. We are on our way. And, we've been going to towns and villages to interact with the people and disabuse the minds of Liberians that say Lofa County is the stronghold of Joseph Boakai. So, a young man just walked up to me and want to express his dissatisfaction on the speculations in Monserrado County. So let me get your name.
My name is Amara M. Trawale Jr. Many people call me Master Warris, and I'm the chairman and the founder of the movement of the downtrodden youth of Bonjama District.
So, and you walked to me very angry this morning, and what is the reason for that anger that you came to me with?
I'm very desperate, even more than anger, because people sit in Monrovia there and say that this place is already controlled by the Vice President Joseph Boakai. That is a blatant lie. A blatant lie. You know, we the Levines, we are even disappointed over Boakai. We are disappointed in his leadership.
What do you mean you are disappointed? Boakai being a man from Lofa County, and you being from Lofa County, then you say you're disappointed. Why are you disappointed?
And that's the thing, in fact, that we mislead us, because he's from Lofa County, so we should vote him in, even if he is not qualified for the position.
You mean Boakai is not qualified?
Well, qualification does not have to only deal with education. He got the education, but the experience to move this country forward, he doesn't have it, because he's been on board for the past 12 years. What he didn't do, you anticipate him to do something more than that? That's the area where the disqualification comes in. I'm not saying that he's not educated, but he is not qualified to move this country forward. And the kind of a conception, the kind of a mind the people have in Monrovia there, they sit and say, this place controlled by Joseph Boakai is lie. You know, you know very well, we were in Bakedu yesterday. I'm from Bakedu anyway.
Oh, you're from Bakedu?
I'm from Bakedu anyway, they call it Bonne District. You know, you were there yesterday and you saw the kind of momentum. You know, and even when George Weah entered the town a couple of days ago, the entire Bonjama was on fire politically. When Joseph Boakai came, this town was looking like it was even sleeping.
You joking?
You know? I'm not joking. I'm telling you something from the bottom of my heart. I'm a mastercratic leader. I control 315 members of 315 youth in this district. And let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai has no tangibles to point at in Lofa here. If anybody is daring me,
let anybody come up and say Joseph Boakai has chicken horse in Fonjama here, not to even talk about building. You understand? You traveled yesterday to Kolahu. Okay, I was even thinking that I said, let the protocol not take the decision for Joshua to go to Foya because this guy couldn't come back. And that's the hometown road of Joseph Boakai. You saw the road, how it's horrible, very horrendous. You understand? The road is bad to say the least. You understand? Charity begins at home. If this man cannot do anything for Lofa, he didn't do anything for Lofa for the past 12 years, what do you expect of him? Let's not be joking here, man. Let's not be joking. You know, the driver can change, but the car will still remain. Oh, Madam Salim, Joseph Boakai, they form in the same predicament. We can't elect them for another 24 years. You know, what will we be doing? So you want to tell me that the only one that have the brain to run this country?
So you say, what part of Lofa specifically you from?
I'm from Kwaduboni district. Specifically, I'm from Marvin Gonedu. Marvin Gonedu is in the Kwaduboni district. It's one of the renowned towns in the Kwaduboni district. I'm not far from the home of Dr. Edda Bian Kesari, the founder of the Unity Party. Unity Party is for Lofians. But Lofians are tired with the Unity Party. You understand? If the Unity Party could have another driver, maybe the sympathizers of Unity Party could be much. If it had gone another driver. But the driver is still the same.
So you say the Lofa citizens are angry with Boakai because you can't point out any tangible, one single tangible.
Nothing of the sort. You know why? Joseph Boakai is associated with people who have already failed this county. You know.
And who are some of those people?
Even every time he comes here, the incumbent, Honorable Mayan Bian Fofana. Honorable Mayan Bian Fofana, my own Madingo sister from Kwaduboni district, has failed this district. We were moving up and down behind her to 2011. But now she failed us and she wants us again to re-elect her. It can't work. Senator George Tengbe on the United Party ticket. Those are the failures that are behind Joseph Boakai. So I'm sorry, he's not going to go anywhere because the people of Labour County are disenchanted over their leadership. Let not somebody sit down in Monrovia and say Lofa is for Joseph Boakai. You'll be making a very grievous mistake.
So what is your final message to the people? You got hundreds of people all around the world that are looking at you.
This message could go even beyond what we anticipate. You understand? I want this message to go forward. Let it go through the length and breadth of this country that Joseph Boakai does not have any political control over Lofa County. Lofa is divided over the leadership of Joseph Boakai. You understand? The only thing people can say here in Lofa is that he served as the managing director for LPMC normal days. That's not enough. 24 years in government, I still to be corrected, but I think he has spent more than 24 years in government.
In 40 years.
40 years. What does he want now? Let him go back and build his home. Foya Tinga, I think that's the area he's from.
Oh, from Foya Tinga.
No road there. No road. You saw the road yesterday.
Very terrible.
No road. So how many years we should sit again for the Bangam and the Kama road to be fixed? We know that Josh Weah is the only option. The alternative choice to political freedom, social, economical freedom in this country, for us to get over this dodging, is not to re-elect any members of the Unity Party. Let us carry Josh Weah. I interacted with Josh Weah yesterday. I saw him. I said, but wait now. There is a man, so common man, like this. It means that when this man is at the executive marshal tomorrow, nobody will be afraid to go around him. You know, I was speaking to him. I said, you know, you were my friend. I'm sorry for that expression. No, but he's so too down to earth. And I'm not seeing a reason why we shouldn't give this leadership to Josh Weah. I don't know why. I don't know why. And this question seems to be very rhetorical. Why can't we elect Josh Weah to liberate us economically?
The people say Josh Weah ain't no book. That's the reason why we're not.
And you know why? I'm an expert in English. That's the reason why they call me Master of Words. When Josh Weah was speaking the day before yesterday, because people say those things here and there that he doesn't speak good English, I was standing by his side, listening to the final pronunciation of his words. The ED, the SRED, the ZRED, and he got everything intact. This guy is eloquent. Very, very eloquent. Very, very eloquent indeed. I evaluated his speech. Very, very eloquent. Yeah, very, very eloquent. You know, to know that somebody speaks good English, not only the vocabularies, but look at the subject verb agreement, the pronoun antecedent, the cases of the pronouns, and everything was intact.
I'm not seeing any politician that can speak with logic right now in Liberia than George Weah. Not only the English, but the logic. The logic.
So what is, we are on our way to Bakedu now, and I'm sure you will be with the team.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to the people of Bakedu?
When we get into Bakedu, you will see the rousing welcome. The ceremony will be very electric. Very, very electric. They can't wait to see George Manuel Weah and Joel Howard Taylor. You understand? It's a let-go ticket. A let-go ticket. You understand? Kwadugoni, you know, people say it's the birthplace of the Unity Party. But the people, of the Kwadugoni now, they are disenchanted. They are disappointed, in the leadership of those that are moving the Unity Party forward. If we had another travel other than Joseph Boakai, perhaps we will make an alternative choice. But in this case, Joseph Boakai being...
But why you so angry with Boakai? Why are you so angry?
He has not done anything for us. No, Abu, you been here. Has anybody shown you in Fonjama yet what Joseph Boakai has done? Look at, we standing now seeing Zago Hotel over there. Before Zago became senator of this county, he had already made mark. He got tangibles to point at. But Joseph Boakai has not got even the slightest chicken house.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. Because to build a chicken house is not difficult. Just for a chicken to sleep. He doesn't have it yet. I know many people will get angry with me over the statement I'm making, but it's the truth. And if you were to interview another person, a logical person, I'm not talking about a fool, because only a fool will support Joseph Boakai. But any logical person will tell you that Joseph Boakai is not a political material to move this country forward, and the people of Lopa have not resolved to carry him. Everybody is divided. You understand? I agree, he got some supporters here, but he does not have an absolute control over this county. So let the people in Monrovia hear that, let the whole world hear it. I wish this thing could be extended on the Facebook, but people even
it's already on Facebook.
It's already people in the diaspora to even hear it. If you're hearing me now on the Facebook, everywhere, every part of the world, I'm telling you that Joseph Boakai is not a solution to Liberia's problem. It's not a solution. You understand?
Yeah.
Let us make an alternative choice. And that choice, brilliantly, is George Manuel Weah. We believe he can move us forward. He has done it in the past, he can do it now, and he can do it in the future. If I continue talking for even the next 2 hours, I will not get tired to disprove the prove the weakness.
This president speaking to you.
Ambassador, I was just telling them that a witness will go on Facebook to tell them that Joseph Boakai does not have control over this place here. And the alternative choice is George Manuel Weah. I'm speaking now, Ambassador Weah is here. Let the whole world hear it. You saw Lopa. Lopa is not resolved over Joseph Boakai. We are disappointed in his leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abu. That was good talking to you. It was nice talking to you. You listen to the guy there. You listen to the guy there speaking.
He will bring up a change. So as member of the CDC team, my coming here is something special today. Usually it would be Tunis and myself on the CDC Our USA show. But today I decided to come solo because I have a personal message for President-elect Senator George Weah, not as a seditious, but this time around as a professional. Let me thank all seditious and all meaningful Liberians for supporting our peace process in our country. It showed to the world that we are making progress in the direction of becoming one of the successful democratic republics on the continent and in the world. And when I saw what Mr. Boakai did yesterday, I was very amazed. Tears came down my eyes because that was almost like in the United States where the loser will send a concede message to the winner. Having said that, guys, I want to also thank all the citizens for standing very strong behind Ambassador Weah, now President-elect Weah, for the past 12 years. I mean, you guys are proving to be very strong in everything that you plan to do. And looking at Senator President now elect Senator George Weah to lead us in the direction we want to be. But here's what I have to say. I know you guys want to join me But please just give me 10 to 15 minutes. I would like to say a few things so that we can have this conversation, please, because it's very important. I want you to get this point so that we can have this conversation. It's very, very important. So please just give me 10 to 15 minutes. Now, here is what I want to say to President-elect George Weah. Our people of Liberia overwhelmingly elected you as president. Now you are president-elect. Based on that, they have invested their interest in you, and they look forward to you leading them to some sort of good life. Is it going to be quick? Absolutely not. Here what it's going to take. It's going to take your platform with your vision and your goals to achieve whatever you want for the people of Liberia. That said, President-elect, you are not president for Madam Salif. You are not president for the coalition. You are not president for me, Randy. You are not president for Dave Kaye on here. You are not president for my brother Armstrong. You are not president for Saib Bangura. You are president of the Republic of Liberia, in which everyone that I named so far are part of that country. You now represent everyone within our country. What I think you need to start to look at first is the issue of reconciling the country. That should be the first step, and that should be done simultaneously. Second issue here is when it comes to how you place people in government. This is where my 4 suggestions are going to start. Suggestion number 1. I have 4 suggestions. So guys, I want you guys to listen to that. I have 4 suggestions. Suggestion number 1. I saw a lot of folks who came from other political parties to join you in our effort. I appreciate that. That's what I call partnership. A partnership with you in order to have you elected. Kudos to them. But the people of Liberia, in and outside the country, know the work ethics, know the scorecards of Mr. Eric Starter, Mr. Weston Finley, Mr. Glenwood McIntosh, Mr. Winston Toppet, Mr. Professor Suni. The people of Liberia know their scorecards. So suggestion number 1, I would suggest to you that those gentlemen I just named, they should be on your advisory board. They should serve as an advisor to you. The reason they should be in our role is because the people of Liberia have seen what they have done. They have what I would describe as their scorecard. They know their capabilities. So suggestion number 1 is to put those guys on your advisory board. Suggestion number 2, when it comes to your cabinet and your directors, I want you to have that open vision, because right now there are a lot of people who have surrounded themselves around you, preventing other people from getting closer to you. That is not healthy. What is healthy is for you to have that portal between Liberian in the diaspora and local Liberian, because that will give you the opportunity to flex your understanding of how things should be done. Because why? Almost everyone in Liberia, you Ambassador, we know what their work ethics are, what are their performances. You know it all. Nevertheless, you can still bring them on board. That said, when it comes to your recruitment process, I want you and your team, your transitional team, to be able to bring in and vet the best. Suggestion A, on suggestion 2, whoever you're going to select as your minister for any ministry, let that person doing your interaction with them or your team be able to come up with a 3 years vision plan for that ministry. 3-year vision plan for that ministry. The reason for doing that is to effect changes. That also goes to your directors. Whoever you're going to appoint as your director should also be able to come up with a 3-year plan to effect that agency performance. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I'm an analyst. President Johnson's study became a massive failure, which caused Bokar to lose this election because he had no record that Eddie Johnson's study was able to establish for the past 12 years, and it failed. And the reason for that is people handpick people, whether it was in Liberia, whether it was abroad, and took them to President Johnson Sirleaf. And all she did was to take them and put them in position without even asking them for their credentials. Now, still speaking about that credential, Mr. Eugene Fagon, if you don't know Randy, you're going to know me. I admire everything you did to Mr. Boyka. I'm a citizen, you're a citizen. Having mentioned what I think Ambassador Weah should do for whoever he's going to put in the cabinet position or in the director position, whoever will be chosen for every ministry, Mr. Fagon, you and I have to make sure that we present that person education, we present that person work experience to show to the Liberian people that that person is indeed was vetted and we have seen what that person is made of. If you cannot do it, I will do it. Because you know why? The failure in the past has been government officials from the president have failed to vet people. They only took people who they had close association with and they put them in position. That is why you saw President Sirleaf just keep reshuffling, because she didn't have that vision to determine what she really wanted to get out of her platform. Ambassador Weah has used his platform to tell the people of Liberia that he will bring up a change. So as member of the CDC team, before we take the cow to the waterside, I want to make sure that it's a healthy cow. What do I mean by that? Before President-elect George Weah take office, I want to make sure that I be on record to tell him what I'm telling you now. Because I predicted that Mr. Trump was going to win this election because Hillary Clinton baggages she had. He did win the election. I predicted in March that Ambassador Weah was going to win this election because Ellen Johnson said he had failed to execute what she should have done. Now I'm saying to Mr. Weah, what I just said, you must be able to listen to me and be able to at least process what I'm telling you so that you can become successful. Now, that said, when it comes to check and balance in the system, you represent the people. You do not represent the national legislature. You do not represent President Sirleaf. You do not represent the Supreme Court. You represent the people of Liberia. That said, I want you in your term of office to have your press call at least 3 days in a week, to have them invite the press team to sit and listen to your press secretary, giving them an update on what you are doing to meet the needs of our people. The reason for doing that is to create check and balance in the system. I'm not saying you should do it the way Trump is doing it here. I'm saying as president, you came with a vision. That vision was in your platform. We discussed that platform here for you. Now we want to see the effect that it's going to have. It is one thing to have the plan. It is another thing to brief the strategy and ideas into that plan. And that is what I'm trying to present to you here. So I would like to see, on a weekly basis, you have an update. And that update is your obligation to the people of Liberia. Again, you are not president for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You are not president for Gregory McIntosh. You are not president for Professor Tappe. You are not president for Westonga Finley. You are not president for Mr. Sunni. Also, I want you to also maintain institutional knowledge people. That is from the assistant director down to the janitor in every ministry, in every agency. That's what we call institutional knowledge. These people understand how the agency works. They understand how the ministry works. Those are the institutional knowledge of people. Those are the people you have to maintain. Now, when it comes to performance, I will also want you to have a council that will monitor all the performances of your ministers, your directors. The reason for doing that is to determine whether your goal is being achieved. Because when it comes the following year for you to give your State of the Nation address, each ministry should be able to outline to you what they have achieved from that goal they gave you, what are the challenges, and how are they going to solve this problem. During your inaugural speech also, Mr. President-elect, I don't want you to say, I promise to do this. No. So many leaders have promised and they have not been able to deliver. I want you to talk about solution as to how you're going to find ways to improve the living standard of our people. Be able to say that in your speech. Do not say, I'm going to promise you, I'm going to promise you, because history has shown that a lot of promises haven't been realized because people promise, but they don't plan before they promise. So please, I'm saying this because I was on my show with Tunis. We defended you, and this is the time now that I got to provide these constructive suggestions and warning to you. Failure to follow this instruction, Mr. President, you're going to go right back into the sea swamp, and the people are going to start criticizing you. And those who think that I'm looking for a job, you're going to see me, because I will be here to providing constructive criticism about Ambassador Weah government. I am not saying this thing for you guys to hit me. I want for Ambassador Weah to succeed, because I'm an individual who have been in so many places that I have been able to contribute to the success of wherever I work. That is why I'm saying this thing here. Now, when your ministers are confirmed and are given the opportunity to serve you within the first 60 days, they should be able to come up with that 3-year vision plan they gave you. They should be able to come up with a smart goal strategy that will tell you how they want to achieve those things. Take, for example, if you take somebody for the Ministry of Agriculture. Right now, we are importing pepper, all kind of crap that we can use on our soil. Liberia is not on the ocean where we don't have land. We have a vast land. So let the Minister of Agriculture, in his plan, be able to tell you how can he or she increase rice production, how can he or she increase like soybeans, corn, how can we turn those things into process in order to create production in our country. Because any country that continues to export raw material, it is not going to increase economic growth. So let them be able to do these things. Secondly, I was very disappointed in Madam Salif when she took the Ministry of Planning and Economic Affairs and put that underneath the Ministry of Finance. That was wrong. Here's why. The Ministry of Planning is to project the economic strength of our country in terms of our resources. It's also responsible to determine the exponential growth of our population. That ministry should be a stand-alone ministry. They are also responsible to carry on planning in the rural areas that involve all the other ministry performance. That was wrong on Madam Salif's part to do such a thing. So another suggestion to you is to be able to take that ministry out of finance and make it a stand-alone ministry. All right? That will be suggestion number 3. All right? On the check and balance system. Now, the final part here, the final suggestion to you, Mr. President-elect, is to be able to stay away from Madam Salif. You can listen to what she has to tell you, but you don't necessarily have to follow them. You must have open-minded people. You should bring in bright ideas, bright minds. There are many Liberians out here in America, in Europe, in Thailand, in Australia. Try to seek for these people. Look for them. Because the more fresh idea you bring into your government, they are not part of the traditional society of folks that include Mr. Tyler, Mr. Weston Finley, Mr. Winston Tapper, Mr. Greyway McIntosh. When you bring those folks out to join you, they are not going to work in your government. Some may want to work, some may want to consult. But the reason you bring in that idea together is to make sure that you get a refined decision that will help you. Because people that come from the outside coming with a lot of vision that they can give to you. That is why I'm appealing to you that those folks that just name and continue to name should be on the advisory board and not in your cabinet or on your directory staff within the area that you have total control, because it's not going to help. So again, Mr. Fagon, I want you to join me. Let us be able to show to the people of Liberia, to the critics of Ambassador Weah, that whoever he's going to select to serve in these different positions, we need to make sure that that individual resume, because once you are in government, your record is public. There are certain records we cannot present, but things like your educational credential, your resume, your work experience, your ethics. These are things that I would suggest that we present to the people of Liberia. And the reason we're doing that is to assure them that Ambassador Weah is indeed making a very considerable choices of our people, so that when they start to perform and they don't perform well, whether it's Moba Malu, whether it's Magel, if they don't meet the performance level of your government, tell them, my brother, we can find somewhere else for you to perform. Because what you will be telling them is, I represent the people of Liberia. They expect more from me, but I have to strategize ways in how I can achieve the more they want from me by making sure that I put plan into action, and action deliver results, and result will be evaluated, and then we can continue to look for another performance to increase other area. So having said that, guys, I want to stop here because it's not something long. I just want to make sure that this message be shared with Ambassador Weah, because right now I have been here trying to support him. I cannot get to him. Thank God for technology. That this medium that we have to our advantage, someone in his circle will say, you know what, you might want to listen to this. Because you know what, at the end of every year into the new year, the State of the Nation address, based on your minister performance, they will give you report that they will be able to, those reports will enable you to tell the national legislature and the world and the people of Liberia, how well are you doing in your government. And it will build for you the track record that you will not have to campaign for the second term. Because when you lay that foundation, you will not have to campaign. You should learn. You saw how Mr. Boka struggled because bad pace. Sorry for that interruption. I was getting the call. She set a very bad pace for him, which is why he was unable to succeed. So this conversation will continue. I will be on the platform by myself. If I see things happening in the Weah administration that does not affect changes, I will come back here and let you guys know about it. So till then, I don't know if anyone has anything to say, but that's all I have for now. I wish President President-elect Weah,
with pacemaker in his heart, you're not a human being anymore. Your mobility is restricted by doctor order. And Boka himself, because of power greed, he put in his very shameful. Very, very shameful. Not even compared to Al Gore and George Bush. Because when Florida made that call and said Al Gore wanted, George Bush didn't challenge it, they went to court. Al Gore said, okay. He didn't even come that far. It was another guy who came up with that. 12 years. So let Cummings sit over there and allow the guy to use him. It just goes to show his level of ignorance when it comes to politics. He got no clue. Cummings came from a structured environment and he will be used every day. I just feel sorry for him. Because the time he's supposed to listen to the right people, it will be too late for him. Yes, it will be too late for him. It will be too late for Cummings. It will be very late for Cummings. Cummings will not realize anything in our country. Yes, he will not realize anything in our country. All right? Let me read a few comments here again before we get to the Joe Boka issue here. So here, this is Boka was in Kakata just recently to debunk that analysis. So out of 6 months to 9 months, Boka show up in one county, then I cover everything, right? When last did Boka speak on any issue? How long was he in Kakata for? Did he walk around? Where's the video evidence to show what Boka was doing there? So you want to be the Boka spokesman. Was he by virtual means in Kakata? Maybe like you on Zoom and you see yourself in Kakata? You think that what will convince the Liberian people? Boka is a sick man. Boka will be one of the most expensive presidents if you ever get that lucky break, which you will not get. The man got a pacemaker in him. You know what it takes to maintain a pacemaker? The man's heart is not normal anymore. And that one thing that Cummings will pray God for. That in a dream, that's a correlation. If Boka ever become president in a dream, one that thing malfunction. and the ability to keep Booker alive, it don't happen. Coming will be president. If that what Coming will gamble on, so shall it be. Then I will tell him to go for it. Because Booker living with pacemaker in his heart, you're not a human being anymore. Your mobility is restricted by doctor order. And Booker himself, because of power greed, he putting his health at risk. And even his wife, Katumu, is not telling him. Because the pressure that you're going to go on him as president. He was our president, and Ellen kept him cool. Let me tell you one of the secrets why Ellen did not force Booker to be president. Ellen knew that Booker is sick. And there was going to be no condition that she was going to pressurize Booker to go and take that bid. And that's why Ellen did not push Booker to be anything in our country. But you guys are in broad day denial. That's why you see many Liberians in the country die because they don't go to the hospital. They will get sick before they go to the hospital and it get too late. It's something that is part of our culture. Men in their 40, 50, they don't even go to do prostate or colon exam because we don't believe in those things. Booker is sick. He got pacemaker in him. Do you know what it means when you have that kind of condition? You will be very expensive. JFK was a sick president. There were times when you watch the documentary, he used to be sick on an S41. It became worry for the Democratic Party and for his family. This Joe Booker man, he in a country that don't even know how to even suck the blood out of a pacemaker. He will spend most of his time in foreign countries, whereby the country will be left in the hands of hyena. Are you guys thinking about that? No, you cannot think about that because you know what? Y'all know the old man is sick. So you will have the opportunity to do what you want to do in our country because you guys are not Liberia-centric. You're only there for your own personal gain. So you will do anything and everything to push Booker to the edge. Booker will be out of hospital, in hospital, more than the time he will spend in the hospital, in the office. But you're not seeing the risks because you don't factor in the risks. And that's why I expect Coming to stand his ground. The people know Booker will not be mobile. Booker cannot sit down for 8 to 9 hours to discuss anything. Look at the man without no makeup. Look at him without no makeup. Does he look normal to you? When last Booker giving you guys out there his medical record to be fit for anything? When last? Donald Trump asked Hillary Clinton for her record. They presented it. Donald Trump himself presented his record. He presented it. All right? But you guys don't see anything to tell the Liberian people that the man will be a more liability. Some of you guys here, y'all work in the medical area. Y'all know what it means to have a health maintenance program insurance. Y'all know what it means. And that way a man with a pacemaker who had to go and seek different opinions and had to travel around. Look at the Nigerian president today, Buhari. Man spent 9 months in the United Kingdom. Thank God that country, they operate independently. From their provision to other places, they operate independently. How many of you guys think about those things? But nobody want to say anything because you want to damage that country. Because you don't care for that country. This man is sick. But still, you're pushing him to the edge. You're pushing him to the edge. You're pushing him to the edge. We are playing soccer, Mr. Man. Was a soccer player. He's young. He's in 50. So why are you asking for a record? He got the right to present it to you. But is healthy. How many times have you seen we are going to the hospital? How many times have medical record have shown you from the day he played soccer to after he left football? He goes to the hospital all the time. All the leak, all the bombshell that can come about. When have you heard that we are got medical record? But you not hear the bombshell that we are. You see, y'all like to compare things that make no sense. If we had medical issue, it was going to be presented out there long time ago. Because everything that we are done, we are working with Jackie Appiah, we are doing another one, Finabono slapping, we are well because of something good. You're talking about it. You think if we have medical record problem, we're not going to come out here? These are some of the insincere behavior. Y'all know that old man. Looking at that old man, physical look. He doesn't look normal. He's sick. He feeding pain every day that comes. But you're forcing him to put on the smile that is pinning him inside. Still, you don't want to say anything. Still, Booker will spend more time in the hospital and there will be a pure waste. I don't think the Liberians are willing to put money into Boca medical bills than what they can afford. And that's one of the reasons why Boca will not be president. We will let the people know that Boca cannot. Boca is coming in as a liability already. He is a medical liability. He is an incompetent individual coming without other liability. We cannot take all the negative things from somebody like that. No. And Cummings should know better that Boca is not the right person for this country. Cummings should not let his guard down, even if they brought him on for whatever reason. Let him not let his guard down. Boca is not fair. Boca will be a burden on our country. Money will be spent on Boca health than putting in the economy. Boca medical bill will put the country in debt. Can you imagine a country owing debt because of somebody's medical health? How do you think the world will look at us today and in the future? How do you think our children will look at us? That we saw a man with a pacemaker who 1/4 is already in the grave, who heart is already died off, and you take that man and go put him in office. How do you think your grandchildren will evaluate you? How you think? All because of political reason? Why can't you guys look among yourself and bring us somebody who is going to take on Boca in the CPP or in the Unity Party to say, oh man, I'm standing next to you here. I think I can do better. Which one of you? You guys don't even have that self-confidence in yourself. You guys don't have that self-confidence in yourself. Do you think a Boca was in Sierra Leone, in Ghana, in Ivory Coast? You think he would not have people to take on him? Look at Bobby Wine in how do you call the country here? What do you call the country here? Bobby Wine. What the African country name? I know Mozambique. Yeah, I think Mozambique, if I'm not mistaken. But I stand to be corrected here. Why you think Bobby Wine, as young as he is, taking on God, I know Musimbi or what he name? Why you think he couldn't say, let the old man go? Because those guys from the East are very much smarter than some of us from Liberia. They believe in their skill. They believe in themselves. But you know why? Because we are bluff boys and girls. We don't believe in taking responsibility. So we want to put the old man there while he's sleeping. Then we'll go and buy the most expensive car, ride in our little Morovia town, and do nothing to improve the country because that's all we want. And that's all we want the old man. Anybody who want to make progress will show themselves. But these guys you see passing around here, that's all they want to do. They want to go out there, wear the more expensive clothes, drive around. They're not going to change anything. They find that they got a man who is medically immobile, can't do anything for himself, pushing him to the edge, so that when he sit down there in a dream, then they will have the leverage now to go and buy expensive car right here, right in the town. Now, one day we will come to listen to them here. The woman don't even have a message from 2017, what he wants. Ask Boca, what are the 3 elements that you can put in place to determine why Liberia should elect you? He doesn't know that. Liberia got a problem. Yes. How do we find a solution to the problem? And why are we finding a solution to the problem? What direction Joe Boca want to take this country? If he cannot articulate that during the 2017 election, all the time he sat over there, what can he do now? What can he do? Somebody said, I'm deeply saddened by your inhuman discretion. What make it so inhuman? Somebody said you can say that? Somebody said you can say that? Oh, but in America here, when Trump get ready and say, we need to get Hillary Clinton record. We need to get Barack Obama record. Medical record. So it doesn't happen in Liberia, right? So when you come to Liberia, the rule doesn't apply. Why you think when you about to go do a piece of job, why they always send you for medical evaluation? That dehumanizing you there? If you go on a piece of job, why they will send you to go to the occupational nurse to get some clean record, to do your blood work? Why do you think they send you for those things? You see how the country fucked up? You see some of the reason why when I tell you guys I don't want to be around certain Liberians people? You see it? The people in the country will send many of you guys to go do blood. Why is it at the end of the year? Unless maybe some of you guys don't go see your doctor. But you see all the things on the wall here. Let me show it to you guys. You see all the people on the wall over there? These are all my medical. Turn in there. All right? Because I have to go see my doctor. Why is it that when your child going to school, here they say bring your child medical record? Why? Why do you think they're asking for those things? Why you didn't ask him for those things? Oh, I guess, that's why I always say the white man better than the black man, right? Especially the black man. Because I think the white man is very smart. All right? Oh, you do physical every year, right? Okay, that's under the HIPAA law. You do your physical, fine, you can keep it. But when you want to become a public figure, that law will not apply. You have to present your medical records. Because the people will want to know the physical and mental state of their leaders. If we cannot teach our people back home, but want to take a man who is medically ill and blinded that bring people eyes and mind and put him there so that when things happen, say, oh, something wrong with the man, they kill a man, they kill a man. Because all y'all will say, CDC people kill a man. We will not allow that to happen. It will make that a demand that everyone will present their medical record. Because we don't want to use the taxpayer money to feed somebody in the hospital more than the job they're supposed to be doing. We can't do that. And these are the fundamental things that our people need to understand. Boca is not medically fit to be president in our country. He's sick. Until a doctor can give us, the Liberian people, that he's fit to work, and should in case something happen, that doctor will take that responsibility. Because in America, one of the greatest things that everybody is afraid of is liability. Nobody want to take anybody problem in this country here. That's why when you go get car insurance, at least they ask you for liability. Because when you hit somebody, that money you pay as the liability insurance will cover that damage you done to that person's car. Every leader, aside from their political requirements, there should also be a medical requirement that the Liberian people need to know. We must introduce those things. We must introduce those things. We must introduce those things. Everybody, we must introduce those things. You can't have a man who sit down all day, bare right, can't move around. You don't even see him going anywhere to go buy his own grocery. You don't see him going anything. You don't even see him in the public wearing mask. Say, oh, there go our old leader over there. He and Ellen Johnson said they are battling against COVID that you cannot even see them in the public. Then at the man you come, oh, Boca is the man, Boca is the man. Look at Cummings. Cummings, most of the time, is in the street. Yes, we see Cummings as physical evidence. We see Uriel sometimes in the street. And we see the other young politicians in the street. But you can barely see Boca. Only pictures that you see Boca on all the time. Only pictures. That kind of remind me of Steven Seagal movie when he killed one of the twin brothers and had a picture that did to his father and said, yeah, the guy here. Then that's the man you want to get to Liberian people. Is that your Liberian centricity there? We will open the Liberian people's eyes and tell them that Boca is not normal. Boca is a sick man. The old man is sick. You know what it takes? I work for a company where we used to manufacture pacemaker. That thing is very expensive to maintain. It's very, very expensive to maintain. There are times that you have to go for a check. When last Boca ever went for that medical checkup to see how that pacemaker is working? When last? When last? And you're sit down here and putting that old man into his early grave by putting him in a situation that he cannot handle. Because he will not be able to handle it. He will not be able to handle it. The hospital will not prepare for it. What will happen? They will end up flying him to Ghana. And when Ghana prepping you a little bit, they will end up giving you a referral and going somewhere. We cannot buy a bad product. Boca is a bad product. He is not fit to be a leader. He has 12 years. He couldn't convince the Liberian people. Boca is medically sick. We will not take a sick man to spend money on. There are a lot of young people in our country whose parents are working with their children that has some medical condition, and because their immune system can fight it, we should redirect that money to the children and not to Boca Health. Boca chose to do what happened to his health. It's sad for him, but the Liberian people will not be willing to spend that money behind Boca. No. Let Boca take care of his own health. Boca was there for 12 years. When last did he whisper in Ellen's ear that we need to have a retirement plan? We need to have a Medicaid plan, something like a Medicaid plan for us. All right? Thomas, you know nothing about the medical institution. You know nothing about the medical institution, Thomas. You know nothing about the medical institution. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Nothing you know. All right? Nothing you know. The pacemaker, all right? The pacemaker. I don't know where I have that thing here so I can show you. I hope I can find my bag. If it's not in there, maybe it's somewhere here. You know nothing about pacemaker, Thomas. Absolutely nothing. You never even worked in the field before. All right? Nothing about pacemaker. I work in the field. All right? There is something called the envelope. It's not just the actual pacemaker that they put in you anymore. There is something called the envelopes. The envelope is like something that contains that pacemaker after it's implanted in you. It's very expensive to clean up. All right? It's very expensive. You had no clue about that, Thomas. No clue. All right? You had no clue. It's not the meaning of jack or all trade. It's called experience. It is called experience. I told you guys here that the field that I study, it gave me the right to work in different industry. It gave me the right to work in different industry. As an environmental manager, as a health and safety manager, as a sustainability manager, and as a security manager. How you think I got all these experiences that I have today? Because that area is very universal. Even in your own house, Thomas, I can come there and tell you to properly manage the chemical you use in your house. That in the morning when you get up, you open your window because the formaldehyde that is stored within the product overnight, when you close your house and heat your home up, it releases those VOC in the air. Open your damn window so that you can get some fresh air in it. That's the career that I chose for myself, Thomas. That's the career I chose for myself. So it's not just knowing it or no. It's working in all the industry. Chemical, petroleum. You go in the chemical industry, what they have there? Don't they have environmental managers that work there? Yes. You go in the construction industry. Don't they have environmental managers that work there? Yes. You got no clue about what you're talking about. Absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue, Thomas. Thomas got absolutely no clue. No clue about what you're talking about. The man said he sat in your room for 7 years and did nothing. 7 years and did nothing. Let Thomas tell what his area of expertise. You see, when you want to support somebody, support the person based on the issue, not based on your feelings. And that's what he's doing here. He's supporting somebody on his feelings. Have you ever gone to a company called Medtronics? Medical device company Medtronics? Yes, I work for Medtronics. Where's my wallet? Let me show you my stuff. So you want to distract me? I love distraction. Because I know how to work with distracted people. All right? I'll show it to you here, Tommy. Don't worry. You're messing with the wrong guy, Tommy. You're messing with the wrong guy. I'm not like your friend in here. I'm not like your friend in here, Tommy. There you go here. Medtronics. Go define the name of the company here. Medtronics. You see here? That's the company I work for here. Medtronics. All right? It's a medical device company. What was my position there at that time? Industrial engineer 2. What do you think we did over there? What do you think we did over there? Are you sitting there in some kind of little kiosk and taking phone call? No. We actually work with the product. There is something called product development phase. When a product is being developed, whether it's the scientist, the chemist, we work with them to determine what are the regulatory requirements. And while working with these people, they give you more ideas about what the product is all about. And through that process, you learn. So don't come here to can't say anything here. You are in no position here, Thomas, to argue here with me. No, you stand no chance. You stand no chance, Thomas. Between you and myself, you stand no chance to understand anything here, Thomas. To be honest with you, you stand no chance. Not even one third of you making the case against me here. To be honest with you, you stand no chance here, Thomas. I will be honest with you here. You stand no chance. You stand no chance. 22 years, you stand no chance. 10 years, you stand no chance. So just listen and let's discuss the thing here. Pacemaker is very expensive to take care of. Boca is not in a position to do those things. Let's accept it. You stand no chance. Go and define. I just show you the company website here. All right? Medical technology, Medtronics. Anybody who live in Minnesota, tell them to look for Medtronic. All right? Tell them to look for Medtronics. This guy, he wants to serve as a distraction, but he's an embarrassment. Let me tell you now. He is a total embarrassment. Like I said yesterday, his sister worked for Ellen, and they did nothing for that country. He flew from here and went and met with Ellen. They did nothing. Because you know why he's angry? He's angry because we are not giving them the opportunity that they used to get when they were with Ellen. No, we are not giving it to them. So he goes around and wants to distract people to do here and there. But I will deal with him here because I know him very well. I know him very well. All right? And like I said, he stands no chance to compare me to anything here. I will be blunt with him. All right? I work in the field. I'm telling you, I didn't tell you that I'm a surgeon. I'm telling you how expensive it is to maintain. Then you want to kind of, that's a thing, that's a thing. When last have you worked in any medical field, Thomas? When last? Do you really have the credentials to work in the area that I work in? You don't have the credential. You know that because you told me that. You don't have the credential. You don't have the credential. So just zip it up. Let me inform the Liberian people. All right? Just zip it up. Let me inform the Liberian people. I'm not going to debate. What am I going to debate with you for? You don't have the credential. What am I going to debate with you for? All right? What am I going to debate with you for? Why am I going to debate with you for when you don't have the credential? You told me what you do for a living. You sit in your home all day and pick up phone and do medical billing. That's what you do. That's all you do. So what you going to argue here for? You don't have the credentials. So let me progress here, man, folks. Let me progress. Forget about Thomas. So Barker is not in a position to do anything. He's medically ill, and we must inform the Liberian people on that. Yes, we will not allow Barker to be president of that country, to allow the people of Liberia to pay his medical bill. Let Barker stay there. If it comes to Barker and Cummings going against Weah, I would rather take Cummings any day. Because Cummings is physically fit. He's seen in the public every time. He's moving around. He showed us that he got some energy. In the midst of the COVID, Cummings is wearing a mask and he's going from place to place. I gave him credit for that. But not Barker. Barker is more of a liability than being anybody else. And we must set the fire right. We should set the record straight. I'm not here to boy and blow. Because you know what? I'm not afraid of none of them. I don't care about what they want to do. But I don't want anybody to become a burden of that country. Yes, I don't want to do that. So the truth must be revealed. Barker is sick. He is sick. He cannot do anything by himself. Not even for 5 hours can Barker work. This man would be more in the hospital than on the job. That's all he would be. More than the hospital than on the job. All right? More than the hospital than on the job. That's what it is. The way the brother said, bro, you are a joke, seeking an audience. No, Tommy. Tommy, you know my qualification. All right? You know my qualification. You know that. You know what I stand for. I'm just here to tell you the truth, Tommy. I'm not here to sugarcoat things with you. Because many of the time you got to come in and lie to the Liberian people. You left that country saying you were 8 years old. You got no feeling for that country. You left that country when you were 8 years old. You got no feeling for that country. You wouldn't went there because your sister started working for Ellen. What feeling do you have for that country? You know nothing about the country. You just started associating yourself with few Liberians. You don't understand what went on in that country, my brother. You don't understand. You don't understand. And I will tell you the truth here. You don't belong in a society that you don't understand and you don't willing to learn. Only when you feel that you got the advantage, then you want to be part of the society. No, that doesn't work that way, bro. That doesn't work that way. I tell you the truth here. I'm not forcing you to be here, Thomas, and I'm not begging you to be here. But I will stand with the Liberian people. All right? Because your sister went in that place and worked there. She's sitting out in Texas right now, having a very good dinner. But the people that money she took from that country, what did she do? Nothing. And then you want to come here to defend what? What you want to defend? You went there, you couldn't live there. Why you came back? Because you couldn't live there too, right? So you guys in America here, you and myself will battle it all here every day. We will battle it all here every day. All right? We'll battle it every day. We'll battle it out here. All right? We will battle it out here every day. So it's a shame on you. If I have my sister going to Liberia to work for the Liberian people, I will make sure that I tell her the truth. But you thought it was going to last forever. That's why you ran behind Borka, thinking that you're going to go get on that. You and Borka, I think what you need to do now is to start to look for different medical opportunity to try to enroll Borka into your medical billing thing you're doing. Maybe we have Borka, but we will inform the Liberian people that Borka will not be president of that country. I can tell you that one now. It can be anybody else to take on Weah, as long as the person meets certain requirements, but not Borka. Borka will never be president of Liberia. Take it from me today. Borka will never be president of Liberia. You can put Borka in any coat suit, whether it's Tommy Hilfiger coat suit, whether it's Ralph Lauren coat suit, whether you're getting all the oil in the world to rub on your hair and you think that he's going to look good. No. We will let the Liberian people know that Borka is sick inside. He is medically sick, and we will not allow Borka to be president of that country. Borka must be fit to be a president from his, I don't care about academic credential, but medically fit, he must be given a clean bill of health. We will not settle for anyone who is not fit to be. You can go on the other side and go fool the people. But I know that Borka is not fit. The fact that the man living with a pacemaker in his heart, he's not ready. He's not ready to get up 3 a.m. in the morning to do anything. The old man sleep during the night time with you and myself. But then during the daytime, he sleep. He sleep. All right? He sleep. During the night time, he sleep. During the daytime, he sleep with us. Yes, he sleep with us. That's why he does. All right? That's why he does. So what kind of man are we talking about here? A very, very, very sick man. We respect him for the service that he has done to the country. It's respected. But we cannot give him this opportunity. 25, 42 years is enough. That's why you see today, they don't have no platform, nothing to discuss today. Absolutely nothing. No policy, no central message, nothing. All you hear is JMB must go. When you ask them, is Borka reliable enough to be president of Liberia? JMB must go. Is Borka able to take on Weah? JMB must go. I don't live in that kind of Liberian community. We must be able to present reason with evidence to support what we believe in. Not just JB must go, Borka must go. Because you know what? Some of these guys live here. They ain't got nothing to do here. They just want to go to Liberia now and go take that opportunity and just abuse our people and come right back here when everything is said and done. That's what they want to do. So we will make sure we stop that bleed. That bleed will be stopped. We will stop that bleed and we'll do everything possible. All right? If we can hold Weah feet to the fire on the platform, we will also tell you that Borka is not fit to be president. And for Cummings, he has to wait. Cummings will wait and learn by himself. Not other people teaching him what to do in terms of making more mistakes. So you can look at you. If you guys want to defeat George Weah, you need to come up with a better plan. Mr. Weah is looking healthy. Borka is sick. He admitted his situation on 50-50. That he got a pacemaker in him. We don't need no president with pacemaker. No. We need somebody that is fit. When last year I saw Borka jogging, during early administration, Ellen used to jog once in a while. Ellen was seen on a treadmill. When last have you seen Borka even taking a walk? Because that's what the people want. They want a sitting dog president who they will use behind closed door. That's exactly what they want to do. So I'm telling you guys now, you can forget about Borka. You can post all the pictures you want on Facebook. You can get him all the Johnson baby oil, whatever oil you're getting to shine your hair. He's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. A listed pig is nothing but a pig. You can dress Borka all you want. All we will tell the Liberian people, he didn't have no message for you guys in 2017. He wants to be president again. He ain't got no message. Secondly, he's a sick man. He doesn't feel well. We don't want to have a president who will show up one day to work, and then the next 4 days, he be in the hospital. No, we don't want nobody like that. Liberia need a very energetic leader who will move that country forward. We will not stop that message. We're going down to the people on the ground. Yes. We're going to the people on the ground and we use every influence. Just what I'm saying here today, I'm going to say it on the radio back home. Our people must learn beyond the normal limit that if you want to be a leader of that country, your medical record should be public. You should be fit to do the job and not to be passing around. We will not have people who sit in America here and know nothing about that country want to tell you that this person is this or that person is this. No, I'm sorry, not going to happen. So Joe Parker is a very sick man. He's not going to do anything for our people in that country. We will not, talk about Joe Parker want to be president. We will expose him. Yes, we will expose him. We will expose him. All right. I'm not here to come talk about we are accomplishment. I don't work for we are. I don't work for we are. I'm not here to come talk about we are accomplishment. You need we are accomplishment. Go call the people who work for we are. When I came here to open my show, I didn't say I'm here representing we are. No, the days I used to run the we are show, that day is over. All those days are gone. I'm here to tell you, like I said from the beginning of the show, Bakari Saleh, former CDC chairman, all right? Former CDC chairman is now working for the We Are administration. And all I ask the We Are people, ask your administrators to show to the Liberian people how much Bakari Saleh is going to be paid, because he mentioned that. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm going to do this for the CDC government. No. Do I look at somebody representing CDC government? No. You go out there. You're a Liberian. See, that's why you're not in touch. Thomas, you're not in touch. And let me just take a break here and read you coming here. The young man you're put in power, not going to work. Well, I don't know. He's not going to work. Well, that's something that you need to talk about. But we see the young man in the street doing what he does best. At least we can see him. Boca cannot be seen. Man, are you now supporting We Are? Yes or no? I'm not supporting We Are. I'm just trying to tell you what We Are is doing. Because from day one, I said, if We Are does the right thing, I will come here and support We Are. If We Are does the wrong thing, I will say, yeah. But you don't get it, especially you, Thomas. You don't get it. I'm not here to come open your hair. I'm not a surgeon to open your hair to put it in there. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I said fundamentally from day one, if he does the right thing, I will commend. If he does the wrong thing, I will criticize him. And that's what I'm doing here. All right. So I'm not here. Going down the road here, let me see here is, are Liberians better off than they were 4 years ago? Well, I would say Liberians were not even better off 4 years ago. They were worse. And that's why Joe Biden did not get elected. Yes. Liberians were not even better off when Ellen were in the diaspora causing trouble for us. When you were sitting down here and we were in Liberia, that's what you're supposed to ask yourself. Randy, when you were in Liberia and I was in the country enjoying, were you better off? Why you left that country and came over here? Because you knew that country had been fucked up, so your people picked you up and brought you here. So the country been fucked up a long time ago. Years ago, from 1847, that country been fucked up. Every time the elephant and the grass fight, the two elephants fight, the grass suffers, right? But you guys that belong to the elephant group, they will bring you, the elephant will put you on the back. They're fighting. So which group do you belong to? Talking about 4 years ago. I belong to the grass. When the two elephants fight, I belong to the grass. I'm the one who been suffering. From 1847, the two elephants been fighting. But you guys got that easy pathway and left that country. And then you want to come here and want to identify yourself with things that you don't understand. Just remain the elephant who will be the grass. Joe Biden chose to be the elephant, and that's why the grass refusing. And the grass will refuse Joe Biden again. You see, Cummings came to Liberia as an elephant. He never came as a grass. That's why he hanging all with the same elephant of people who destroyed that country. And that's why they will not become president. Even you, Thomas, you bring anybody else, that person can be president. But not those guys over there. Those guys are elephants who want to destroy the grass in the country. They don't give a damn. You see in America here, when the two elephants fighting, the Republican and the Democrat, in the case of the donkey versus the elephant, they fight a very good battle because they know the grass are the citizens of the country. And for any reason, when they start crushing them,
I say no to Mr. Joe. Let Joe go back, man. This is your talk. Let Joe go back in the bush that they play he belong because he do nothing here a woman early. They do nothing for our country. So let them go back to the place. They will not get 1 vote here. We tired today, we tired tomorrow.
I'm Jackson Mo William. You see, my brother, this is a little business that I made to support my 5 children. During the year 2005, Madam Seri told us that there were going to be free primary education, especially free primary education. And she told us there will be a lot of job facility and company than ever before. And she said also there was going to be a stop to corruption, and corruption was going to be her worst enemy. And I think she set precedent on Judy Bryant. But after Judy Bryant died and all the rest of her ministers were just transferred to another ministry for corruption, I see the election to be very critical. And one thing I should tell the Liberian people is to get the United Party out of Liberia completely, because they are people like the demonic forces that is hanging over Liberia, trying to suck our blood and destroy our children and great-grandchildren's future. They are. I'm talking to say that I'm very bad because you talk about the man they call Joseph Boaga in today's way. I'm against it totally. I'm against the entire United Party. Let government.
So meaning you are saying no to Joe, right?
No to Joseph Boaga. No to the United Party. Let it go our way. Let it leave us. Let us live our peaceful life. Let our children go to school happily, and let Papa come home with black plastic bag filled with rice, pepper, chicken soup, and let the children be happy.
My name is Loretta. We have one farm this government. The Joe man is talking about as a land Joe grew this government for the 2 years. For the 2 years, not small years. And then there is nothing that you can show. I can show you like brand people. So for that reason, we are not satisfied with Joe. We want him no more again. Even said when I offered Joe, said he confessed to work there. I'm not satisfied because he is corrupted. The whole government is corrupted. For one fact. Right now, our children, you see, younger than me, I say you go here. I say you say you go. When my child is listening, but when you go to the school house, you say you want to go see your child at school, my dear. The money that will cost it. The money why you get up to or TV or theater. So again, the market will make it so even pay our children's school fee. Again, manage my dear. So for that reason, we tired.
Just a bit for me, I'm not satisfied because. You know, for the government, I've been ruling up to this time, or 2 days the last time. But we have been disappointed by the government. And me especially, more especially having to do with our leader, which is the president. Yeah, and the current government has the most educated government, but now the current government has the most corrupt government. So what? If good, then what bad? So that's my problem, really. She says you have no control over prices for what as a leader. They won't have control over prices. So for me, right now, I'll all they finish, but I don't think I can vote to that barrier because it's the same government. When you get in power, it will be the same government because she will control him. Yeah. So for me, I'm not ready, but even see Joe Boaga leading us as president.
We suffer too much. You are very hard. We used to buy a couple of for $20, but now you go anywhere, you go a couple of at $35, $40. We have big at $2,000. We used to buy a couple of $75 in a bush, but now we buy it $200 now. Poor bear, now $450. Kiapre, nana aqua, they say $350 or $375. We suffer too much. After me, and I feel they for me. You go to school, and then you go to school, you go register a child. The money that they will call, they used to say government school. But now when you go register a child in government school, you will pay money $5,000 or $3,000. Yeah. So our children are suffering. We don't have correct, even hospital. Even your child say running when they go to the hospital, they will say pay money before you hold your child in the hospital. They don't want help. Well, poor people around, they don't want to help the poor people. Blind people pass them and they don't want to help them. We suffering in this country too much. I let the government try to do something. The government promised her that when she wins, she's going to help the Liberian people. She's going to build schools, she's going to build hospital. Even the mansion, she said that the mansion, she's going to pay all to this time. Nothing good will not here. So we suffering in this country. We need peace now. They say no war, but the one that we're feeling now is more than war. So we're tired now. We're tired. And say no.
They went to companies where they work. Why you think many Alexander coming retire now? Because a useful life. Russia. We said it was two things.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is very, very interesting.
For us here, for us to get in the guidelines and guardians as to what to strategically look for and bring it. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you bossing your
Other countries with Omen Boga, they have retired. The tone change. The are the ones who just in the street hustling. Are the ones who just in the street hustling. What you give them is what they follow. If you tell a man go and vote for me and bring a picture, I will give you $5, he will do it. So hold on there. Tama, that's why we're here. How can we face that mindset now? What can we do to face that mindset? That's what we're doing now. We got to continue to talk to them. Thank you. We got to continue to go into the community to conscientize our people. Thank you. But gradually, it's not going to happen overnight. Exactly. Gradually, they will understand. Yes. They will understand everything, and how it will be wiping away little by little. You see the election we held in 2005, the election 2011. When you look at it, there were little differences in it. And this going election was where that George won. Next election, it will be another thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised. There will be a young person who might even get into this coming race. And we don't because right now, and we look at these leaders. Yeah, I look at all the leaders now because they are the one we know. But don't be surprised the way the coalition going together. And what I'm hearing, they gotta open up for convention. Yes. That's my problem. No matter what Cummings going to go as standard bearer whatsoever, let him go to the convention. If a young man, whether he got money or not, he want to test it, give him the time to go. If the people said this young man got better idea, we can carry as a standard bearer, give him a chance. That's what we're talking about. Don't push it. That's exactly what Don't push it on the table. You see, that's a problem. Like Bromsky want to go all the time because he's the standard bearer. And that's wrong. It's the same with the CDC. That's why today I tell you, and why he maybe got a problem with George because he told George you got to give up at the time they lost the 2 elections. Why he said, and Throwback. Okay. Say, man, I think you need to give check. People got pissed off. People got pissed off about it. But it's always, now you look at ANC. Who got the money ANC? They look at Cummings. Even if you want to go against Cummings in the primary, you will get my judge and say, my man, we're not carrying you the way you broke. We're not carrying you. Kill him right there. Because it's one of the things like telling you. So then what do you think Cummings should be saying two-way when those things are going on? What should be the role of Cummings now? Yes. Cummings need to let people to understand it's not the money. It's not about the money. If this man is better than me, carry him. But I'll tell you that not everybody can say it. Not everybody got that wisdom. Some people just put them, look, some people don't want to even settle for, I put something on the internet, I say, why Cummings cannot contest the senatorial position? Everybody got pissed off. And then I made a comment, I said, listen, working in a corporation and to control a government are two different things. It's not the same. Yep. Corporation, you want to do everything to make profit. You don't give a damn. When you pass the law, you pass the law. But in government, they got 3 branches. One little statement you made might kill a lot of people. Yes. Or might help them. So when you get into, when you start from even a local organization,
When you work your way up, you understand how people live and how they understand things.
Building their experience.
And leadership, not everybody, your education do not make you to be a leader.
Nope.
You can get the best degree.
Nope.
Still, leadership is something unique, and some people are born with it. Yes, I understand they can train to be a good leader, but you got to be an exceptional person who want to listen, who want to learn.
Yes.
But some people are just gifted. You know what I'm saying? Why you say, but when this boy don't even have a master, you don't have a BSc, but look at all the people working with him. They got PhD, they got this boy. If you open your mouth, everybody listen.
Yes.
That is leadership. You know what I'm saying? So, but we need to talk to our people. We need to conscientize them.
Yeah.
Don't just look at the president. We need to even look at the community, our community leaders, because that's where the corruption starts from. Right in the community themselves, they stay not faithful. Now, for us, you hear some guys criticizing government. They ain't got nothing in the way. They're walking around. By the time they call them and give them one job, the next thing, their tone change. They're different. So for Liberians, I don't know where we're from. Let me tell you, sometimes I sit down, I don't want to come on Facebook. I wonder, I say, is that because the history of Liberia where when they collected the other slaves, because the slaves came from different places, and they just dropped them in Liberia. So you cannot find 40% or 50% Liberians with the same ideas. We are very good individually, we're doing good.
Yeah.
But put us together and see whether we can agree. If it's not me, it shouldn't be you.
Yeah.
You know, that is why today, George, we are president. Because the people we're depending on could not even go in a room and come up with a leader. It happened Charles Taylor time. They were putting a coalition together to go against Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor was so afraid. I will tell you the real truth. Charles was afraid. But when they went to that coalition, some of them because of money, some of them because of power, greed, they broke away. And in real life, even George we are today, if they go against George we are with what the thing said, with 14 parties, 16 parties, 20 parties, he's going to win again. He's going to win.
And you are
because
by the
time you go to that second round,
record for that tonight. You on record for that.
Yes. By the time you get into the second round, then you know what Liberian man talking about now? What in there for me? Although I was against you and I'm the leader, I said, what in there for me? Okay, my man, I'll get you this. Okay, I will support you. You see?
Is that right?
But yeah, we don't respect. Look, and one of the things, we do not respect each other. My man, if you are engineer, I should respect you for what you do.
Yeah.
If this man or sweeper, I should respect that man for the job, because that man bringing food to his table. You know, some of us now who doing certain jobs in America, in Liberia, you couldn't have done it.
So, Money, let me ask you. You struck up good point here in between all your stuff. But I underscore one. So, now that people get in mind that we might go for a second round. Are you telling us that if the election ever go to the second round because of a third party in our race, so you say one person will emerge or will appear, so are you telling us that if we ever go to the second round, all these guys you see around here call themselves politicians, they're going to go to the leader and say, what is that for me? And they're going to compromise the party interest?
Yes. No, the politician themselves, the leader, he might say, listen, I'm not supporting you. But your supporters, are they going to follow you? Are they going to follow you? Because the man, let's say, okay, let's put it instead of CDC. Right now, CDC is raising, when I say raising money, they got money to run for the next election.
Yeah.
Now, they can go into the second round and say, okay, you see that community over there? We know we're not too good in it. That leader in our community say he's not supporting us, but we'll go in there, we carry bag of rice in that place. By the time you give it to the guys, they're going to vote for it. My man, I saw the thing with my own eyes. I tell you today, when I will run campaign in Liberia, I don't need to go to University of Liberia and pay nobody's school fees. I don't need to even pave no road. I know the strategy now because I saw it. It happened. We gave $1.2 million to University of Liberia for scholarship fund. We went to schools. We created the chicken soup factory road. On the day for election, 2 superintendents from the chicken soup factory market and the Douala market, they came to us. We should give them $2.1 million for what? To transport people. Oh, you know, got to transport people to go vote. Then when I got up in the morning, I saw the yard so packed. They said, oh, Papa, we yellow vote. I'm a voting card here. So I said, but what you want to do? Oh, we ain't get transportation. So I said, good. I will blow for a bus to drop you, which I know you ain't care. They said, no. Just give me $5, I will pay my way. Then one guy came and say, listen, go and vote. When you finish voting, you come back with the picture. No, they try there. They try go in the vote. They try win the voting booth. They cast a vote, they selfie. They show it at with their face, and they took the picture. When I came, and let me talk to them. That one guy, he not lied to the children. When I came, I said, they said they finish voting. We keep our $5 I said, for what? They showed me the picture. I said, for what? They said, but, and your brother said, that man wanted a mess. I said, oh. I said, why you tell the train? The train want you to pay.
Wow.
So that group, no matter what, that's why I said, let me tell you something, if you got money, you can change the system. I can pay you for the first time, and I win. But you should be fair to yourself if you win. If you win, you can change them around and make them to understand that, listen, guys, y'all give me the leadership, but I'm not forgetting you.
So are you saying money is the quick fix to facing the problem?
100%.
Okay,
yes.
So hold on. What is the long-term solution? Going back to the
now,
educational system and teaching our people responsibility?
Go no. That's the thing now. The first thing when you leave from here and go to Liberia, the first thing they ask you, okay, you are in America for 20 years. What you did for us? Do you think by right you are supposed to do something for them? No. But you carry ideas. You say, listen, this is why we can build our community. We can do this.
And money, I will do stop and go for you over there. So please bear with me. The question about you were in America, what have you done for us? Where did that idea came from? Who introduced that idea?
Let me tell you, who introduced the idea? You see the politicians that the one who in Liberia, who been there for so long, who already solid on the ground, but they travel to now. They're telling the people, you see that man over there? That man, Jack Camille, that for election business, right after the election, that man going back. That had a person in people's mind. Now, and let me tell you, there's a guy in Nuclear Town.
And then what would make them to ask that question? Because number one, you told the man coming for this. So then, how did that part got into their mind to say, what have you done for us? How did that come into that picture now?
Okay, now, the best way to solve that whole problem, because you see, it's like I'm coming to you for the first time. That's my responsibility to make sure that you trust me. I'm just meeting you. Now I will come and talk to you for the first time. By the time I leave, the man who's on the ground say, listen, don't listen to him. I'm supposed to come back to you again for the second time. Because if I talk to you one time, if I speak with you one time and walk out,
that's now don't do.
And don't show up, you say, but that man, I true, the man just lied to me. But I will make sure I come back again and say, my brother, I'm staying around here. We eating the same driver together. If I leave, the man who are running against, who be in that place will come by and say, don't mind him. That man, he's a criminal from America. When you go look again, you see the man coming by and say, but when how can they say that man here, he's not coming by, the man continue to show interest in us? And to be frank, they are easy to convince. I went in our home mosque, they are very easy to convince, but it's up to you. You cannot visit them one time. You got to go 2, 3, 4. Let them gain that confidence.
What I want to get from you here, and you just brushing around it, is you said earlier, not earlier, but a few minutes ago, that they will ask you, what did you bring for us, or what have you done for us? Where that question coming from? I mean, where it coming from when they say, what have you done for us? How is it coming into the picture?
Do you know how, the way you're saying it, that's not how the people in Liberia think about it. Because some guys left from here 2005. They've been in our country, they're in and out, but they're there all the time. Some of them, they never had nothing. Some of them were lucky to become representative. These are the people now telling people on the ground that, oh, I've been here with you whole day. I don't want to talk this way. I did this other one. I did this for you. So this now you still imagine where the guy in District 6, that one I represented, you know how he started? He went there, he had a foundation, a charity foundation from a church. And to be frank with you, when I got started, Some people who really got a sense said, this guy looking for something. And for true, he built hospital and little clinic. He dug well all over the place. He all in a different group. When this election came, when he knew that Edwin Snow never had nothing strong, he decided to get in the race. And when he got in the race, it was a free thing for him. Everywhere you go, he say, oh, that man, I beg you, that man get a clinic down the road. But that guy opened a little foundation, getting money from America, and that was what most of the guy now. It's bad. Why you think Cummings had to go? Because a lot of people never knew Cummings. Cummings' problem was not a lot of people never knew. So Cummings had no option but to spend money, go place to place, help with schools, just to know you.
So,
my man, it's bad. It is bad.
So, I'm getting your picture, and you're painting a very good picture here. So, what I'm getting from you here is, number one, the old hair politician, they decide to carry out initiatives, not on promise, but quick convincing initiative.
Yeah.
Well, putting people to school, their children to school.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of modern politics, where the man say, I will promise to do this for you. So,
yeah,
people mind for what I'm getting for you. If you go there and say, you know what, I will build you guys a school or well when you elect me, you're not going to win.
You know, let me get one parable. You know what I can tell you? Because I heard it before and I heard it. And they say, that true dry meat sweet. But I will be eating until the meat get dry. By the time I finish voting for you, you forget about me. So let me eat right now. And you know, I sat up for long, I said, you know what, they're right. Because most of the people they have been voting for, when they get into that office, the next thing they in tinted glass, they pass by. I will tell you what the guy they did, they represented from District 17. What his name said, from Cape Man, your Vabo. He paid for his vote. I sat down with Kia Zulu. Kia Zulu told his people, he said, listen, y'all will have to give me break for 2 years. Kia Zulu paid people $5, $10. He said, I owe your jack after 2 years before I start doing the work in the District 17. So you can tell me nothing because I pay you guys for the vote. So, I sat down for long. Look at the guy and say, you see, he said, yes.
So you're telling me now that the population, the voters, they are all now like contractors.
60 or 65% of the voters in Liberia, I'm telling you, seriously. And I will tell you who the group. You see the market women? You see the market women? You see the young boys, the boys and who's selling in the street before. Forget about the Zogo, that's somebody get 4 or 5 cards. So I don't listen to them. I tell you, somebody have 2 or 3 cars in the pocket, voter registration card. They can sell one to you, they still get another one. The market women. But now, they live in different places. But for some reason, yes, the president do not control them how to vote. But the president want you to come into that market and give certain things. Do certain things for the market people. Either you say, okay, no, I know most of your table broke here. I will go and take care of it. But on the day of the voting, they'll tell you, say, well, you talk to the president, you talk to us. So, if you get money, I will tell you, according to our population, 20% of the Liberians in our country will listen to you and they will make a sound judgment and tell you, say, listen, Dapo, I can vote for you. I enjoy you, and because of that, I will vote for you. They get the other 20% who not too sure they won't vote for you, but then they know that that guy will not win. So it means every time that guy too. So they're in between, and the greedy ones. But the one that we see the keke boss there, the market women there, I'm telling you, according to the honest crook, you call them. Listen, I'm coming to pick you up today, election day. This is the boss that carrying you. When you finish doing your voting, you walk to the house here. There's a man standing over there going to give you $500 liberty. All I want you to do is to do the voting, because all of them got cell phone. All of them got cell phone. And do a selfie with the voting in your hand like this and bring it to me. So that's how Kia's do one. So and now most of the people that want.
So everything you say here is completely contrary to the principle of election.
Yeah.
So what can the political leader do? What can the current representative, both House and the Senate, do? What can the government of Liberia do
to stop this kind of behavior? Can they do it? Do you think they're willing to do it?
I don't think, because they in there already. They got their base. Let me tell you, they got their base already. So to stop it is a hard thing. Do you know where Muna Pena got all her voters from? They came from District 4. District 4.
And which district she represent?
She in District 9.
How possible can that
Muna
be?
Pena.
How possible can that be?
But listen, that's what happened when I do now.
I see my brother.
Okay, after this election, 2023, there will be new registration. You know what I'm saying? 2023, there will be new registration. Right now, there's no new registration. So, all in District 4, most of them coming from, they will come from Mount Barclay area, coming all the way. They get her about 4 buses on the day to register. She take the bus there. She got people there. They say, man, let's go. You're going to register in District 9. $5. They give you a $5. You get on the bus. You register in District 9. That's why you're going to do a registration. On the day for the election, there will be a bus coming here, and somebody in District 4 who coordinating everything. There will be a bus coming here, will pick you guys up. They will go to District 4 and District 9 and do your voting and come back. My man, I saw 16 years old with a voter registration card. The lady, you know, she told me, she said, but any people want us to vote.
So just to make sure that those listening to you right now and those that will listen to the podcast, I want to ask you this question. How do you know all these things here? Were you running for office or what?
Okay, you know, I went to Liberia to run campaign for my brother.
Okay.
And I was heading everything. And I will tell you, I made a statement when I said, what?
Your brother ran as one of the candidates?
Independent. In the by-election.
Okay, and this is how you got to.
That's how I get to know all these things.
Here.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
I
went to Liberia.
I just want people to understand.
I visited 17th district in Montserrat County. I spent 1 week in Todi. When I said Todi, my first time. That's why all minutes I said, what I know now about Liberia, if I knew it before, I was not going to waste my time in the gun politics, because it was already set. It was already done. We in America, we think, because the way people have election here, we think that high will be the same. I never knew, even into Todi, there's certain place of Todi, you got to go into bomb mines, in Kakata, bomb mines, then you come back into Montserrat. Rossville, I never knew you could enter Bombing Hills before you enter Rossville in Montserrat County. So just imagine that how I travel. Nobody said, oh, I saw Moon on the beach. No. And I sat with these people. There's a place called Bonap Farm. I went to Bonap Farm. This boy carried me and said, Papi, I got about 2,000 voter registration cards. I said, you lying. He said, when you pay me, they will come and vote for your brother. I said, you lie. So I went to see. I saw voter registration card with my eyes. They got in a box. The leader, he said, you see all these people, they voted in District 14, which is Vatan, Claratan area there.
Okay.
For Vabuma Conan.
All right.
I said, what?
Thank you.
That's how I know all these things.
I have to call the lecture because you went almost quadruple your time. But thank you for the information. Very helpful.
So I will tell you, if you're going to Liberia, get ready to spend the money when you win. Then you can change. When you win, you can change their mind.
I will say that to your face. I'm not running for public office. I'm a consultant.
My man, go will support you.
Okay.
We'll support you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Wow. Guys, I got carried away, all right? So let me bring a few people in here. Those that were in the queue, I will bring you guys on, all right? Let me bring Thomas Awaji here. And then,
if you go, say for example, if you go to one community, say you go to Nuku Town.
Yeah.
How many people in Nuku Town? I don't know the population of Nuku Town.
Let's just put a fake value on it. Let's say about maybe 25 or 30,000 people.
Right. Out of those 30,000 people in Nuku Town community alone, you think those people are going to come and vote for you because you're giving them free T-shirt, because you're giving them $5, because you're giving them a bag of rice? They will not vote for you because the people just want what they can get from you at that moment.
So, our politicians undermining the opportunity to create jobs in order to independent the people's mind. Do they know that, oh, we cannot provide job opportunity because that would be the eye opener for them to now vote for us? So therefore, we will squeeze the opportunity for job opportunity so that they can become slave to us continuously, where we can give them money? Do you think our politicians and our officials think that way, Thomas?
The politicians in Liberia don't think long term. They don't think long term. They think on that immediate vote. They don't think long term.
Wow.
What politicians? Like I said, for example, the mayor of my city in Atlanta here, the mayor of my city have gone to Japan. The mayor of my city have gone to South Korea. They've gone to China to bring investments just into the city of Atlanta. I'm not talking about the whole country of the United States, just the city of Atlanta. If you look at Jefferson Koji, the city mayor in Monrovia, when was the last time Jefferson Koji traveled to the United States, to any city in the United States, to see what kind of business that he can lobby and generate to come to Monrovia? If anybody can answer me that question, because the people are not serious, the people don't think long term. They're not thinking long term. They're thinking what they can do immediate, for themselves.
My fear here is, from what Money said tonight, and I will give Money, I would say he's the best caller that provided the best information, because I'm giving him that because he had an experience with the election in Liberia, and we had not had anyone who had really experienced the election that how Money did, and today he came back to tell the story. So I think what I'm getting from here, I don't think President Weah can be defeated easily. I don't think so. Because not at all. From what I'm hearing, right now the country is economically struggling. Politicians are holding on to their pockets. They don't want to, opposition are holding on to their pockets. They don't want to create job opportunity so that the people cannot be independent. And I think they're taking advantage of that. Number two, the people are already...
We give money to people came to us. People came to KZulu. And not easy on...
At the end of the day, they will have to come and vote. You know what you just said? You know what you just said? Somebody told Robert Sedi that when Robert Sedi ran President Weah, and Robert Sedi, he said, if I not somebody, but he said, you know what you just... At the end of the day, they will have to come and vote or ask for the people to vote. And in order for them to maintain that, they will have to bribe the people. In order to bribe the people, they will have to keep getting money illegally. Do you think that's the equation there? And that's how, that's why we are the way we are. We have real corruption.
If you bribe somebody to vote for you without giving that person a vision, without giving that person a long-term goal, what am I going to do for you 5 years from now? What am I?
We give money to people came to us. People came to KZulu. It's not easy on us. We need this. We need this. We give them money in my present. And then after a few days, the same people were campaigning against the same KZulu. I was there. That's what I'm talking about. If you live from America today, you go to Liberia, you are a very clear-minded person. You want to tell the people what they need. You want to make sure you give them what they want. And they will say, but I'm hearing that book will eat here.
So
they will not go for you.
So let me ask you this. All the talk show that we carry out on Facebook,
you think they can listen to you? You think they can listen to you?
Well,
wow. My brother, that's what I told people, saying, when you think that our talk show, just imagine, Liberia, we have 4.5 million people. How many people in Liberia and in the diaspora have access to internet? It's less than 5%. It's less than 5%.
Wow.
You understand what I mean? It's less than 5%. When I went to Liberia at the earlier stage, I really wanted to campaign as Westerner, because we campaigned with Obama here. We campaigned with so many people. So we really wanted to use that strategy tell our people what they need and how they can achieve that. But I realized that, and when you start speaking, they say, oh, that American born start speaking again. Oh, they think that America here, people gapping. They think that America here. But the biggest problem, our lawmakers' failure are caused by the ordinary citizen they are serving. How you would get $50,000 loan from somebody, run your campaign, won the election, and then you have to pay that $50,000 back. Instead of you investing that $50,000 to the well-being of the people, you will pay that $50,000 back. Let the people wait because you paid them. In Liberia, people selling their future for $500 Liberian, $500 Liberian dollars.
So how do we fix that? As
very good.
Young.
The best way to fix that one, is to target the young people. We need to conscientize our brothers and sisters.
Do we do that through the political parties, the opposition, or do we do it through the local organization like the EF, the
local organization, women committee, elders committee, youth leadership in various districts.
And which area are we targeting? Because from what I listened to from you guys, one of the top indicators that driving them to vote the way they're voting is high level of unemployment that gave opportunity to poverty. So should we focus on how to make them independent by providing some economic opportunity? Will be something that will be
yes, my brother, this is a problem. I'm not saying here that I am supporting the cash violence. I am telling you what I witnessed as a person in Liberia. I was in a political vanguard. I was right there. I was not just listening. When I was in Liberia, I was not active on Facebook because we were having meetings from one area to another.
I remember that. I came a time I started.
Very good.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we were down there to go in heaven. I call people, I talk to them. I say, I did not leave America to come here and campaign for money. I can do that one for anybody. I did it for KZulu. KZulu never gave me $1. And this is how we won district number 17. We targeted those bases.
So your strategy for KZulu team was based on constant communication at all times.
With people. They have intellectual centers now in every district, multiple intellectual centers where youth will go down there and buy attire and have other things. You understand what I mean? So we went there, we talked to people from various intellectual, like I was a Harvard University graduate candidate at that time, young, people wanted to see me. Oh, they're both going to the same school, and Joseph Salif went to, so they wanted to hear from me.
Hold on there now, hold on. So, don't you think that changed the dynamic because Liberian minds are so focused on Ivy League? So when they saw that, Ellen went, but there's a guy, Randy, who maybe go to Liberia. He's a graduate of University of Denver, where Cancelica went, and a Harvard guy. So we will focus more on the Harvard guy. Don't you think that what happened in the case of money?
That's what happened.
So how do we fix that? So how do we fix that problem? Because in the United States here, we don't look at those things like that.
They don't look at that.
How do we fix it down there now?
Yeah, but that is what I'm saying now. You and I, and Big Brother Josefu Thomas and other people, we can work together and use one single message. Liberians first. Liberians first. To let these people know that it's not about buying voter card. It's not about buying voter card from voters. And we should tell the voters that if somebody can pay $15, $5 for your voter card, which means you are selling your future for $5 United States dollars. Casually and now we are very, very close. And we did not give money to individuals. We were just going to those intellectual centers. And then make sure we talk to the young people
those who are part of the campaign team, I will take my measurement on the American standard because you and I here and try to see how you integrated that idea into Liberia. So when you say I can run anybody campaign with all pay, you know and I know that there is something inside for you that you will get later on. So
let me just make this clarification. I don't know, Mr. Or Sister Alexander Yala. Yeah. I did not say that we gave money to people. I said we did not give money to people, but I know people from District 17 that were giving money to people. I did not say we give money to people. No. So we did not use the cash violence, but I know candidates that purchased voter registration cards from people. I was there.
But the Kezulu pay member of his staff that were on his team, did he pay them?
We were all volunteers. Trust me, we were all volunteers. This is what Kezulu did, right? This is what Kezulu did. Kezulu reached out
I want you to tell, did Kezulu live in America?
Kezulu went to Harvard Kennedy School.
Okay. now you see.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to get.
Yeah, he went to Harvard Kennedy School.
That is the problem that is in Liberia. So you and Kezulu are also part of the problem because you went with that Harvard thing.
Professor, you made us. Professor, you made us.
Hold on. You see, so I'm trying to untangle the whole thing now. Liberians, many of them have not lived in America. They don't know that there are millions of institutions here, but Harvard, Yale, and other schools have been broadcast to Liberia so many times. So when they see you, they put you on a different platform than when they see your guy, even from MIT, one of the top universities. They will take the Harvard guy or MIT because Harvard is
they are not familiar with MIT.
Exactly. So in that case, you and Kezulu, I can say this, and you got to be honest with me, that the reason, according to you, are spending that much money because they see you guys as Harvard graduates and educated from Harvard. So you were on a silver, or I would say that platinum campaign speed as compared to my boy money. So let's take the Howard factor from inside and never announce it. How you think the election would have been if he had not said from Harvard? How you think it would have been? Let's just speak this thing from the Harvard territory.
You know, the problem here, let me be honest with you. He was serving as the Republic of Nigeria from the World Bank. You know what I mean? So he was the most candidate at that moment. You know, how to call this? There was something.
You coming in broken? Yeah, you coming broken.
Yeah, there was something that came out with conduct. Code of conduct. Yes, wrong. You need Zulu.
I just got to guess. Whoever asked you for is that Texas or Arizona?
Arizona. Arizona.
You know, on my mind. I sure I said it. But anyway, welcome to the show, Chief, and thanks for your education that you provided over there. I mean, my boy is doing well over there too. So I want you to tell us tonight, all right? Because we discussed so many things, and by the way, you're going to take us home now. So you're the last guy here for the night, all right? Now that I pick you to be the last, you keep me lucky at the last time. So don't say I will let you make it last. We have been talking about changing the mind of the youth. You listen to everyone. You are a very young guy. What can you do now to persuade your peers back home in order to now vote for what they can get? What are some of the strategies?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for
the platform, and I want to say happy belated birthday. Actually, yesterday
Yeah,
I
man,
meant
you
to
see my
call
new
you, but
t-shirt. You see my new t-shirt. My program for me. My people in my working place celebrating my birthday. Yeah, what they
yeah.
put it. No people call me in the office. I got a call. The secretary called me, and I went in the conference room. They said we got a quick meeting. When I got there, the whole room was dark. Happy birthday. I felt so embarrassed and I started to cry because I have not seen some family like that. But thank you so much for wishing me. I wanted to just share that story with you guys. There are some nice people here. They make you feel at home to work. So I just want to share you. But thank you too for that too. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, just before I address your question, I'd like to recognize my good friend Hassan here, who was on not too long ago. I've known Hassan from we were in the same camp together back in Guinea.
Yeah.
Back in the days when I used to play football, I think Hassan was on my cheering squad.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do miss this man. He's always been a good guy. Very very intelligent, very wise. So I want to commend him and respect him for keeping that trajectory.
Yeah.
However, let me address your question, and I'll address your question. I don't want you to say from a psychological standpoint again, but I want to address it as a Liberian. I think one of the first things we have to do is to provide education to our people.
True.
Because you see, education has the potential and the ability of providing knowledge and exposure to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the very first route I would like to go in, if I will approach the youth of Liberia, is to provide education. But not only that, one of the things I would like to do before I take any other step apart from education is to be able to understand the minds of the young people there. You know, because you see, I don't want, I want to be afraid to just take the system that we have here and then we get there, it doesn't work because that's a different environment.
But even Hassan said that too. Hassan said that he took our approach, but he got to push back. So
exactly. So we based on the geographical location, the cultural difference as well. We do not want to use any approach that we use here. Then you know what we do? It will create less interest from the people there. They will not want to get involved because they have seen some of these things. They have seen people come from here before, either manipulated them, misused them, and just got what they wanted. And so they will be a little skeptical and afraid. So I would like to do an assessment of the young people there, you know, based on what they need and what they want and how do they want to get this. And based on that, then I can draw a plan strategically to be able to see if their wants, needs are
but let me ask you that quickly here because we have less time. With all the different talk shows, guys, that we see on Facebook,
right?
Because we in the diaspora, one of our major failures is the fact that we are not recognizing the challenges back home from a future perspective. We have been recognizing the challenges based on individual preference, and that's not going to help the country. Because from what Money just said about voters getting paid, the government has an advantage right now. The government has an advantage. So
I agree.
You think we can rather support with the different talk show people? And do you think it's going to be a done deal?
Well, Randy, if you can record me, one of my messages that I've stood on for this year, the end of last year up to this year, and I stand on it consistently, is unity. Because unity has the ability, first of all, we must first unite before we can decide on a strategy to imply.
Yeah.
We must first unite as people. We must. If we are going to change anything in Liberia, we must unite. And that is to say that we must coordinate our message. Our message should be one, because if the message keeps going and we are united in providing this message, I can assure you that as time goes by, the message will resonate and will be the new song in the town and people will have to dance with it. But if we are divided, then it will pose a serious problem, threat, and confusion for the people on ground as well. So I think the very first approach is that we should unite first and decide on which message we want to send out to the people. Unity is the way forward first. You know, then when we unite and come to the table, then I can ask you, Randy, ask Hassan, ask Costa, ask Prophet Key, ask Yasendi, ask Chief Colley. Gentlemen, what message are we sending to our people back home today? Let's coordinate this message, because if you are coming on, and this is one of the things that I pray every day that I will see, the unity starts from here, and we disseminate the information to our people back home.
Do you think, okay, my final question, do you think all the people you are listed,
Mm-hmm.
can they look
Mm-hmm.
upon themselves
Mm-hmm.
and forget about those politicians that represented George Weah and find a better
Mm-hmm.
candidate to beat George Weah? Do you think that can be possible? Because that was the key thing in tonight's discussion. I am saying those four
Mm-hmm.
politicians, they are doing
Mm-hmm.
their fair share. If they were in
Right.
America here, they will not be representing the party anymore based on the standards.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying from 1968 to 1980,
Mm-hmm.
there are many Liberians who have acquired better education, more joy experience in very diverse backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Can we begin to plan and get a better candidate that will take on George Weah, other than those four people?
Well, in the context of better candidate, you got to be able to specify some things, because it could be better candidate in my view could be age, could be limited to age, it could be limited to education. So can you specify
I just
what you
gave
mean
you
by
the
better?
range. I just gave you the range from 1968
Mm-hmm.
to 1980. Those are born
Right.
between there.
Right.
And we found a candidate, because if you look at that range, there are many Liberians from 1968 or 69 to 1980. They are not 60 years old. They are
Indeed.
under 60. They are under 50.
Right.
Can we look for somebody in our group that align with today's generation that they can use to go against President Weah, other than looking at the four politicians? Can we unite on that? Because
First of all,
we are the youth, we have confidence. We should build confidence in ourselves.
right. First of all, I like to answer your question by saying the idea of looking for a new candidate, in my view, at this junction, at this point, the idea of looking for a new candidate will create another opportunity for Liberian people to say, we don't know this person, we are not used to this person. This person. Hold on. Let me answer as you have asked me. Let me lay my point, because I will not suggest or suppose the idea of looking for a new candidate. However, I will suggest and suppose that we get a young man on board now. We get a young man or a young lady on board now that will start the process of working with the people, gaining the confidence of the people, start doing something tangible, start making impact in a way that they will resonate in the mind of the people. While we are forming unity to support this person, then when we get to 2020, we can come to the table and say, you know what, oh man, your own or this other person, let's position this young face. I don't want us to rush with this idea of presenting a young person, because you see, one of the things we will face problems with is if you present a young person that is not knowledgeable, that has no experience, it will become a sin problem. Then you know what? I will rather judge. We are be dead because that person might make worse mistake, not understanding the intertotals and not understanding how to be able to run a government or how it is structured.
Okay.
So I suggest let's push a young person in front to work with the people.
In all fairness to you, I did not state the question right to you.
Okay.
When I spoke about young generation,
you
get Darius Dillon,
right?
You got Melvin Pay, you got Orisha Gu. These are young people in a different political party.
True.
And I don't know when you joined the show, but these are people that we're talking about.
Okay.
Because they are in the party, they are on the ground, they understand the culture. So as far as the other element you add in there to make them more popular in the eyes of the Liberian people,
yes,
they are already popular. So when I posted the question to you, I did not specify the subjects in that question. But earlier when I was bringing those things out, it can be Darius Dillon, it can be Wilmer Page, it can be somebody else that is already into that generation that is in the political party. Can we together influence those guys? Unite, talk to the economic freedom boys, talk to the University of Liberian students, and those guys, can they find among themselves who is the right person that will come now, meet the generation that we're talking about, how we can come? Because in my opinion, and I will tell you this, based on what I said earlier and based on what I heard from Money and from Thomas, the way the advantage the government got in Liberia and the way the people are voting, you pay me, I go vote for you. is giving Joe we are an advantage already. And then number 3, no politician representing, those guys already know their scorecards. They know what they had done. So it's going to be a challenge for the opposition. But if they can bring in a young guy who will be able to stand before them, okay, the guys, somebody said, Gafon, Ama Kone, and all right, your man Ama Kone and Gafon, they two people they got on my radar, they got some approval. They need your guy.
Come on, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy. You see, in unity we must all come together on a table to be able to have a common goal. I want to agree with the aspect of unity that you were speaking of. I want to agree with 100%. However, I still don't want us to jump the gun to start making this about who can defeat Jawia, because this is not about Jawia.
No. Hold on there. If you want to make perfect sense, you should start to establish the facts here. Those 4 people that presented over there, one of them will take on George Weah, and you know they will not win.
Well, no, you can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that.
They will not win.
They will not win. But let me learn what I was saying.
Don't waste your time. They will not win.
Let me learn on what I was saying.
These people have done their part. There is no way the Liberal people want to vote for these people. They will not win. And this is where now I will question your sincerity to Liberian. You see many dollars they don't over there. You see many Melvin Page. These are people in the party, and you telling me that, oh, don't talk about that now. Then I will find you to be one of the insincere young men who don't understand the political culture of Liberia. You got a bunch of people who the Liberia deny, and you standing here telling me that, oh, don't do this. Let me refer to you. You see, some of the things that you guys can do. Let's say a minute you were in Liberia. you will say, oh, this. The reason, okay, the reason I'm saying this, these people have done their part. The Liberian people rejected them. The generation is growing in age and in maturity.
The Liberian people rejected George Weah twice.
All right, Darrell Dillon and the other young people. George Weah will run twice, but his age is different from
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's focus on the context of this conversation. Let's focus on the context of this conversation.
These guys are getting old. But here's the thing here. Mr. Weah is in a position as an opposition. And you listen to what Money said. I don't know why you listen to Money. These guys are using money to influence the election. You say you want to plan. If you come to plan, and the man tell you, say, my man, election tomorrow, can you give me $25 to go vote for you? And you say, oh, let's talk about it. No. The way you can reduce that mindset is to bring people that look like them and begin to convince them. But I will allow you to say your say. But I can guarantee you, I don't put a show over there. You'll go back your last salary.
So here's it. Just for the record's sake, I've told you before, I've never contributed to any political party. I'm not part of any political party.
No Liberian man will tell me nothing. I don't trust.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. But let's get back on the record. Let's get back on the record.
I run out of time now. So quickly, 1 minute.
Let's get back on the record. Again, I go back to my previous statement. I don't think the goal should be about defeating George Weah. Because if that is a goal, then we could have different people coming up and saying they want to run and they want to run. Like I said before, that's why you never let me to land. Like I said before, I think establishing the first thing we should do is the unity, getting everybody to come on the table. Then we can make a decisive decision on who we want to push. However, I stand with my comment that it is important for us to bring the young people on board. It is important for us to bring young people on board and introduce them to the party, give them the ability to be able to acquaint themselves with the people that are good. Then, at least, when let's say, for example, Mela Darrell Dillon right now, if you get Darrell Dillon to be part of let's say maybe the coalition that they have right now, and he's playing the key in a strategic role. And these other guys are grooming him, and pushing him to some of the rallies. He's going there, he's speaking, he's making impact, he's making influence, he starts to gain ground. Don't you think strategically this is where we are headed? Instead of sitting on this thing and say, let's push Dara Delon. No, let's relax, unite, bring Dara Delon there and the other young people on board, see their ability and what they bring to the table, groom them. Coming 2023, then we'll make a final decision and put our support behind it. This is my point. I am not saying young people shouldn't go. I'm not saying young people shouldn't go. But I don't want us to rush the gun and go get and say, let everybody pop in there, let everybody other people.
Thank you. You know, you for a state that have failed senators that did not win in the American politics. So I understand your point. All right? We from the East Coast here, we have produced out a president in this place here.
My man.
Thank you. I love your idea, though.
My man, that's all we need to do. That's all we need to do.
No,
because the truth of the matter,
your point is well taken. Every ideas will make sense. Your point is well taken. There are some things that you say that make sense, and I agree with that.
You know the truth. You know the truth. You know the truth. Let me just be very frank with you. We cannot just jump on and get rid of the puppy then. But we need to bring somebody strategically. Mama, I'm speaking from a psychological standpoint.
You know what you need to do?
No.
You need to go back and listen to the show. Then when you come to what you're saying, and then you say, oh, I think I need to call my man, not only for, post birthday, but I think I got the idea. So I will encourage you to go back and listen again. And then we'll meet next time. Let's compare notes. All right?
No, most definitely. All right, thank you. All right.
All right, bro. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to the end of the show. Now I got to go. But here is my point. The youth in the country need to build a self-confidence. Tyrell Dillon